Hello and welcome to Star Citizen. Silrace here, and last episode I filmed or recorded or however you want to call it, I was inside my interceptor looking for fuses, right? And well, obviously previously I was inside the Aurora doing the same thing, but I didn't record that bad. And since then I have actually been wandering the hangar some as well, trying to figure out what did they actually do with fuses and freaking cables in this hangar. Because these, for example, these working lights here, I own pretty much similar stuff, right? But they require some serious cables. And I see no cables anywhere. Are these things really supposed to be like bolted to the floor? Because that would be freaking dangerous, right? I mean, if they cannot be moved and all the cables are under the floor, yeah, doing any changes to the layout of the place is going to be a pain. Want to have a bigger ship and need to move the lamps? Well, good luck with that. The cables are gonna be interesting to, you know, rechange their position and stuff. So yeah, I guess the developers really didn't think it all the way through, right? So I don't see any cable holders down there. I mean, I see pipes. I see quite a lot of pipes. I see pipes everywhere actually, which is kind of funky. Let's go up there. And while I'm climbing up this, let me tell you that I have been working at a factory for long enough to have seen all sorts of things. But one thing is usually the case is that there are cable holders, right? A cable rack or something, some sort of a solution which keeps the cables, because there is going to be a lot of electric cables in a place like this, as well as in places like factories, which run parallel to this sort of, you know, structures or whatever, but not on top of them, right beside them. That's how you construct them in a safe manner. Let's put it that way. Let's not go too much into them, but let's just say that they are entirely missing from here. Like, there are structural holders here to keep all these things secure, right? They don't move, and so on. I mean, these are pretty damn well done, and so and thought of how to, because this thing, for example, is here basically just so you can mount this whole walkway without it falling off or being like structurally weakened by someone clanging something on it and so on, so it doesn't fall. But you cannot mount on top of these support beams, for example, a cable rack. It has to run parallel to it, beside it. In this case, it couldn't run here, like it couldn't run on this side of the cable because there is air unit. That is, I cannot tell by the how they have modeled them whether that is the intake or the outtake for the air. But cable rack cannot run underneath those. So it would have to run beside the beam right here, right on this side. And that's how it seems to have been thought of anyway, because the intake is here right on top of the walkway. Or outtake. It's very likely this is the outtake side, outtake, and that is the intake side, so it recycles the round. Well, obviously it takes much longer route, but you get my point. And the same happens here, but there is no cable actual holder anywhere, a cable manager, which would have all the electric cables you need for... I mean, look at all those lights, man. That is going to take one long freaking cables and quite a bunch of fuses, because you don't want all the, you know, lights in the whole place to go out when a fuse blows. I spoke about the fuses in the previous one. I'm not gonna explain again what fuses are and why they exist. So the same thing is another question of this sort is, for example, this lamp up here, which I'm looking at right now. As you can see, it's pretty likely it is 5 different lamps in one. Right? I mean, there are cutoff points, black areas, cutting the lamp pieces from each other, right? So, is this actually behind a single fuse, or did they pull cables, multiple cables, so that if one of those lamps blows, or the fuse blows for one of those lamps, does this whole thing go black, as in dark, and give no light whatsoever until the whole thing is fixed? Like, does it have redundancy systems built in, basically? Because, after all, this is a ship hangar, this is a working area. You're gonna need lights, you're gonna need a lot of lights. So, yeah. It seems like the developers didn't think the electricity part quite through. I am quite fine with that, I'm just having fun with the whole idea. So, yeah. Also, if there is any developer watching, might want to, like, on the release version, those lamps on the floors, for example, if you are leaving them, might want to have, like, little cables running from them across the floor. You know, to the, like, opposing walls, or all of them to the same freaking wall socket or something. Because that would be realistic, and that would be awesome for people like me who are into this stuff. Thank you very much for watching.